Last year, August 23, I started my college journey at Wichita State University with computer science as my major, thinking it would be the right path. The university is situated in a small city where there is not much to do. Well, this was not the issue. Like, if I don't get to have fun, but I'm getting better education, I would have been okay with it. But the thing was my atmosphere or surroundings. I completed my first semester there with a GPA of around 3.7. Yeah, that sounds good. But the thing is, I never felt a sense of accomplishment there. It felt like a place where people settle for the less. So, at first, which felt like the right path, wasn't the one for me. That's when New York comes to my mind. And I was like, let's go to New York City, the place where every street tells a dream. Affordability was my main criteria at that time, so it sounded best to me. I filled my application and got acceptance on January 5th. Then I started packing my bags and booked a flight for January 8th. Then I landed here. I had a cousin living in New York City, so he comes to receive me at the airport. I was sitting in the car seeing those high rise buildings, Hudson River, the skyline, and honestly, I felt I have come to the right place. But then I got hit with the cost of living in New York City. I went to a store and found that the same items are expensive which were cheap in Wichita. So I had some of my savings from Wichita and thought to use that very carefully until I get a job. I started by living in a basement to save on rent. I used to cook for myself and honestly didn't even spend a dollar outside for fast food or fun activities. Then I got a normal part time job, I think after 20 days of being in NYC. And I used to get food at the job. In that way, I used to save up on my groceries. Then I paid for my college tuition and wasn't left with much. So it was just that job where I was getting hours, which was just enough for me to make ends meet. Honestly, cooking every meal, living in a basement, it wasn't glamorous, but it taught me the value of persistence. Then I started college with the job and had some leisure time. Honestly, I'm not kind of guy who likes to watch movies or go out for fun. I remember I was learning about copywriting at that time. So I thought to work hard on that to create some passive income. Those who don't know what copywriting is, it's like the art of using words to sell an idea or persuade an action. For example, if a coffee creamer selling company posts an ad saying, "Our company sells creamers, they're good for coffee, buy now." It doesn't sound that good, but if the same company says, "Your morning coffee, now guilt free, try our 0 calorie creamer and taste the difference." And writing persuasive content like this is the job of a copywriter. So yeah, I went deep into that and I think it took me 90 days to make around $700 out of it. And by that time, I understood it's not that easy to make money online. I think those late nights learning copywriting weren't just about money. They taught me how much effort it takes to turn an idea into a reality. By this time, it was summer and I lost my job. Then, for like next 10 days, I put myself all into job applications and secured a summer internship as a web developer, which was paying double of my earlier job. I guess everything happens for a reason. Well, by this time, I really wanted to have a car, and luckily, by the end of summer, I saved up enough for one and got me this. And honestly, I love this car. She's like my girlfriend. By the way, I had plans of starting YouTube before summer, but due to some other commitments, I couldn't. However, I believe it's okay to delay your plans than never chasing them. So, I started YouTube this year when my life is a bit smooth as of earlier by God's grace. Now, talking about my future plans, I would say I'm really ambitious. Alright, so I'll be completely transparent with you guys. I have plans of opening a clothing brand and developing a tech startup. And I know it's easy to say things like that, and the reality hits hard. But I believe we are all capable of more than we imagine. It's just about putting in the work and then trusting the process. So I'll just keep posting videos on this channel. If things go well for me, you guys can see it yourself. And if not, all I can say is I'm not giving up. Well, take care, guys. And remember, we create our own luck.